You know the old saying that you can't have too many projects? Well, it's true. This is my new project, a 1973 BMW Bavaria, model code E3. Although it's a great looking car, the Bavarias got overshadowed by the popularity of the E9s and 2002s. This E3 is in quite nice shape, still wearing most of its original paint, and remaining highly original down to the hubcaps and the factory sticker in the windshield. It runs and drives great, and even the air conditioning works, but there is a few issues that need to be addressed. The first of which is the clock. The face is completely smashed, and that needs to be replaced. Then there's the issue of some missing teeth. The hood not staying open is such a pain, and the passenger door also doesn't stay open. First things first, let's start on the clock. My initial plan was to just replace the clock with an extra I had, but of course I ended up tearing it completely apart and fixing the problem. You see, there's a little lead fuse that blows, and essentially this is meant to save it from overheating and maybe even catching fire. With some lubrication on the gears and replacing the fuse, I got the clock to work brilliantly. I know you guys were wondering how a clock works, so let me show you. The clock mechanism is surprisingly simple and quite cool. You see these two contact points right here. This is where the magic happens. When the electronic current is flowing through, these two contact points, when they touch, kind of explode apart, and I'll show you what happens in a second. This contact point is attached to the flywheel, which is attached to this spring. This gives it tension. The other end of it is kind of a ratchet on the main clock drive. This is how the tension holds place. So technically, if I hold this gear, give it a little bit of tension, the clock should work. Very cool. So now, what happens when you have the electronic explosion? I'm just going to replicate this by pushing it. So you can see the ratchet holds its place, holds the tension on the drive, and makes the clock work. And it's that simple. See this little screw here? This is how you adjust the speed of your clock. If it's running a little fast or a little slow, you just turn it. And what this does is just adjusts the tension on your flywheel spring. It's that simple. When I was ready to put the clock back in, I wanted to test the positive wire to see if it would power, to see if all my efforts wouldn't be to waste. And when I put the battery in, the windshield wipers were on, and the one windshield wiper just broke, and the shaft went right through it and scratched the window, and you'll see here what it looks like. These are the things that happen to old cars. But the test light went on, so in goes the clock. So now it's time to fix the hood issue. I wasn't quite sure what exactly was wrong. I thought maybe a torsion spring had broken. After taking it apart, there's these two die-cast pieces on the end, and they were completely destroyed. You'll see like the one was twisted and the other one was missing a piece. I replaced those and the hood works great. I don't think one of those torsion springs could actually break. It seems like the die-cast pieces are like the weak point. The next task probably isn't a big deal to most. However, loading something in a car when the door does not stay open is not fun. So that needed to be fixed. I want to use this car, and something like this would just drive me nuts. After taking the door card off, I discovered the problem. The metal shaft, after taking the door card off and then the door breakout, it was broken in two pieces. So I put an extra one in I had, put it all back together, and bingo bango bongo, Bob's your mother's brother. Look at that hood gap. I needed to fix that. And I also wanted to replace a kidney with the used one I had. The used kidney didn't have any missing teeth, but had tons of overspray, and I spent way too much time polishing it. To polish the grille, I use superfine steel wool with a little bit of metal polish. You do have to be careful with these grills to not wear through the anodized layer. Look at that. The front's all polished up, the grills are on, a new BMW emblem is installed, and it looks good. I think we're almost ready to hit the road. What do you guys think? Let me know. Thanks for watching.